Hello, welcome back. So in this one we're going to be looking at a geometric sequence. So we've got a sequence here that's geometric, and geometric sequences, instead of adding and subtracting the same amount every time, like an arithmetic sequence, a geometric multiplies by the same thing every time. So arithmetic sequences are kind of like linear functions, and geometric are like exponential functions, right? So to get between these terms, to go from 1 to negative 1/2, what are we going to have to do? What are we going to have to times by? Well, we're going to have to times by negative 1/2, right? 1 times negative 1/2 would give me negative 1/2. If I times negative 1/2 by negative 1/2, I will get positive 1/4. And if I times 1/4 by negative 1/2, I get negative 1/8. So yes, this is geometric. Okay? So the formula for a geometric sequence, because we're looking for the nth term, an, is of the form like an is a1 times r to the n minus 1. It's like an exponential function, right? And so our formula for an, we just take the things and plug them in. A1 is 1 in this case, and r is the common ratio, so it's the thing you're timesing by every time. Okay, so negative 1/2 would be r, and so this is your equation. And sure, you could like simplify this, because timesing by 1 really doesn't do anything, and just write it like that. That would be fine. But yeah, this is your equation for a sub n. Okay? B. So we want to find the sixth term. A sub 6, so I want to find the sixth term. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to just plug in 6 for n in this equation that we came up with. So negative 1/2 to the 6 minus 1 is negative 1/2 to the 5th, which I believe is, well, it's going to be negative 1 and then over 32, right? 2 to the 5th is 32. Okay, so that's our sixth term. Okay, so now let's find the sum. So C, find the sum of the first 10 terms. And we don't have to simplify this because it looks a little messy. So don't simplify. Okay. So how do we do this? Well, with a sum of terms here, what we're really doing, we're doing 1 plus negative 1/2 plus 1/4 plus negative 1/8, and so on, up until we've added 10 numbers, right? So for this, there is a formula for it, and again, it's Sn, but this one has r's in it because it's for a geometric sequence. And namely, it is a1 times 1 minus r to the n power divided by 1 minus r. Okay, so that's your formula for the sum of n terms of a geometric sequence. Okay, and again, this will be given to you, but you will need to be able to recognize it and know how to use it. Okay, so in our case, we want to add up 10 terms. So I'm going to do S sub 10 is, well, A1, that's the first term of your sequence, was 1. 1 minus r to the n. Well, r, in our case, is negative 1/2 because that's what we're timesing by repeatedly. And then to the n power, that's the same as this n, right? So 10 divided by 1 minus negative 1/2, okay? And so that would be our answer here, is because they don't want us to simplify. I mean, you could simplify a few things there and make it a little bit nicer, but that's, that's essentially our answer. So this is finding the sum of terms of a geometric sequence, which is quite similar to doing it for an arithmetic sequence. It's just different equations. Okay, well, I will see you guys in the next video.